Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. I'm your host, MrBevers. This is our first case of Origins. I opened this up between the gap of BFZ and Oath of the Gatewatch. This is box number 1. It's a little bit old, so you'll have to bear with me with the length and everything. I did a lot of talking to people in Twitch and that sort of stuff. So thanks so much for watching, and hope you guys enjoy the video. And there he is, right there. That man is the guy we're looking for. Although his friends would be welcome as well. All except for maybe Gideon. Gideon's a little iffy. I actually don't have very many cards from this set, so that's why I decided to go with unboxing some of these. I've already done a full case of Oath and BFC, so I figured today we'll do some Origins, and we'll get started on that. So, here we go. One pack from Born of the Gods. So we're looking at a white rare, it looks like. 2 cost. Now, like I said, I'm not very familiar with this set, so it's not a creature. So I want to say it's going to be... Oh, I don't even know, to be honest. Hallowed Moonlight. Till end of turn, if a creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile it instead. It's an interesting card. Just change the focus a bit there so it's easier to read at this distance. Yep, so we're doing Origins today. Carabot. Also, we're doing some giveaways. I've set up the giveaway stuff. So we'll get to that in a minute. Green. Oh, that looks like flip card. So I'm gonna guess Nissa. There she is. First Mythic. It's a Nissa. Very good card. Very good. So let's put her in a sleeve. I actually need her for a deck that I'm building. So I'm happy to pick that up. Interesting. So instead of a basic land, you get the flip card. I've never noticed that before. Interesting. It's interesting. I'm not sure if that's how that works, but... So specifically, I'm looking for some Sphinx's Tutelage, because I need those for a deck. And also, I'm looking for Jace, Nissa, those kind of guys. Liliana. Yeah, I mean, of course I will. Of course I will, Kanajo. And I'm pretty sure it's more. Origins had a lot of ads in it. So blue. It's a 2/3. Will Breaker. It's an interesting wizard. So far, only one ad. So, you know, it's a thing. I should probably turn the music down just a tad, eh? There we go. I don't know if that's better for you guys, but turn the music down a little bit. Jesse and Thief, one of the best blue cards that came out of this set in limited format. Okay, red. We're looking at red. Is that a PN Kieran Nillar? Also not a bad card. One of the pricier rares in the set. So not terrible. No, the ads don't take place of regular cards. The ads take place of the tokens. So you can see there's a token for Jace. They come at the back behind the land. So what happened in the last pack where I got the Nissa was the land was replaced by this token, and then the token was an ad. So, it's interesting. I've never seen that happen, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe that's how they did things in Origins, I'm not sure. So... my phone starts ringing, you know. Sigiled Starfish. This is one of my favorite cards in Limited. Gobos for days. Of course I'm crazy. Of course I'm crazy. So that's a displacement wave. It's an okay card. Not terrible. But I need 3 billion land. Well, listen, Kanajo. You can have your chance to get land. So, in between boxes today, we're going to be doing this. Bam! Check that out. So we'll be doing that full art land giveaway. That is one copy of every full art land that came out in BFZ. And we'll be doing that giveaway in between boxes. Make sure that you're a follower of the stream, and when the time comes, I'll post. So let's just see what we got here. Another green. No, black. I thought it was green for some reason. Maybe the colors was off. But, Tainted Remedy. Again, like I said, I haven't opened a lot of these cards. I haven't played with Origins quite a bit, so... In fact, some of these cards are new to me. And if opponent would gain life... Whew, they would lose that much life instead. Interesting. Yeah, so there's going to be a giveaway in between the boxes. I have 2 boxes of Origins to open today. After the first box, we'll do the first giveaway. And then after the second box, we will do a second giveaway. There's 2 sets of full art lands. I'll be giving them away via Puka Trade, so make sure you have a Puka Trade account as well. And make sure you're following the stream. So, Dark Petition. It's not a bad card. Not a bad card. You know, I don't really like the way this is working here. Let's increase this. Does that look better? This way you can actually read what the card does. I like that better. Search your library for a card, put a card into your hand. Spell Mastery, if you have Spell Mastery, you get to add 3 black. So for 5, Tutor. And if you have 2 in your graveyard, you get 3 black. A foil, a Ring Warden Owl. So we've already opened a Nissa. That's good. I need Nissas, so I'm glad to see that. We're working our way through here. After the end of the first pack, we're going to be doing a giveaway for full art lands, so make sure you stick around for that. So right there, that's a Hangerback Walker. Good card. Very good card. Played in Standard right now, as well as I think it's seeing some play in Modern. So anyway, that one's going to get a sleeve as well. There's a second ad. For those of you joining, no, I am not doing BFZ or Oath of Gatewatch today. I've already opened all of those that I own, and I've opened 4 expeditions in total. 2 from BFZ and 2 from Oath. Looking at a green. 7 cost. It's probably a big 8 something. Yeah, a big old creature. 8/5. I'm not sure what he is. Gaia's Revenge. Ah, yes. Or Gaia's Revenge, however you want to pronounce it. Oh, there's our foil rare too. Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. Gaia's Revenge. 8/5. Can't be countered. Haste. Can't be the target of non-green spells or abilities from non-green sources. Very good. Very good. So our foil rare is a Dwinnen Giltleaf Dien, however you pronounce it. A very good elf. 3/4 with reach. Other elves you control get +1/+1. You gain a life for each attacking elf. Very good. Very good card. Okay, so big old demon man. Kothofed. Soul Hoarder. 6/6 flying. So, interesting way to gain life and draw card, or lose life and draw cards. I mean, a 6/6 flyer for 6 is just good in general. The fact that he has other things that happen, not terrible. Ah, yes, this was the set that introduced Renown. Renown is an interesting ability. I am intrigued by it. I'm not sure whether it actually sees play or not, but so that's a blue. Costs 5. Not a Jace. Soulblade Jin. So for 5, he's a 4/3 flyer, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. So he's essentially prowess for everybody. It's interesting. So it gives all your creatures prowess until end of turn. It's interesting. There's foil in here, artifact, Warhorn. So far, not too bad. Only 3 ads so far. We got a Nissa and a Hanger back. After this box, we still have one more box of Origins to do. And we'll be doing a giveaway for Full Art Lands. So stick around for that. Throwing Knife. We're looking at a white. Archangel of Thune. Is that what this is? Or Archangel of Tithes. Yeah. Yeah. It's a solid mythic. So for 4, a 3/5 flyer, as long as Archangel of Tithes is untapped, creatures can't attack you or planeswalkers you control unless their controllers pay 1 for each. And as long as she's attacking, creatures can't block unless their controllers pay 1 for each of those creatures. Very interesting. And very good. There's another ad. We spoke too soon, you know, getting the ads and things. Yeah, I mean, Kanajo, you want something with a lid on it, probably. Fiery Conclusion leads us into a white rare that costs 2. This time it's a 2/2 creature. Right there, you can see. I don't know. Oh, it's Relic Seeker. There he is. Relic Seeker. Renown. So when he becomes renowned, you can search your library for an equipment card. So they kind of are trying to replace Stoneforge Mystic without actually replacing Stoneforge Mystic, you know. What a broken card that card was. Put the cat in the plastic container. Blightcaster is one of the cards that I really enjoy the idea of. So it's when you cast an enchantment spell, you may have target creature get -2, -2. Very interesting, right? Like, it's an interesting idea. It never seems to pan out the way you want. Now, hold on a second here, because we got... Okay, Priest of the Bloodright. That was kind of a shitty reveal, but there is a foil here. So Priest of the Bloodright is interesting. 5 mana for a 2/2. But when he enters, you also get a 5/5 demon token. But then, at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 2 life. So if you can get rid of the 2/2 after summoning him for 5, you essentially get a 5/5 demon. Not terrible. Foil Void Mage. He's not bad. I like him. He was one of the better cards in Limited. You know, getting a 2/2 body for 4 that also allows you to bounce a card is pretty much ideal. It's pretty much where you want to be. So we got a black card. Let's go here. It costs 4. 3 black and colorless. I feel like this is like the... what's his name? Pretty sure it's a creature. Yeah, it's like the... This is a mythic, I think. Yeah, Erebos' Titan. As long as your opponents control no creatures, has indestructible. Whenever a creature card leaves an opponent's graveyard, you may discard a card. If you do, return him from your graveyard to your hand. This guy's interesting. He's interesting. Don't know if he's good, but he's interesting. So we got another foil here. Dwynen's Elite. Just a 2/2 elf. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. There's another ad. Okay, we're up to like double the number of ads I got out of the last 2 boxes of Oath that we did. I think this is the first one of these we've found. So this is a card I'm looking for. Sphinx's Tutelage. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. If they're both non-land cards that share a color, repeat this process. So essentially if you mill 2 white cards, 2 black cards, 2 blue cards, whatever, so on and so forth, they go again. They keep milling until they get 2 cards that are either not the same color or one of them's a land. Very good card. I want it for a blue mill deck that I'm trying to put together. Alright, let's see. Green. Costs 1. I don't know many of the rares from this set, so a 1/1 for 1 in green. I'm not particularly sure. The Honored Hierarch, or Hierarch. So he's the renowned guy that once he becomes renowned, he can add mana. So he's a mana dork that needs to attack first before being able to be a mana dork. It's interesting. It's an interesting concept. Let's do this. Foils here, these here, mythics here. And then we can start another row of rares here. So how is everybody doing today? Doing alright? You guys are all doing well. This guy was very good in Limited. So a 2/1 for 2, first strike, renown 1, and whenever he attacks, if it's renowned, other attacking creatures you control get +1/+1. So essentially he becomes a 3/2 first striker that when he attacks, he bumps all your other guys up. Pretty good. What are we looking at here? Another white rare. This one costs 7. Let's take a peek here. It's not a creature. This is like the Gideon's something. Gideon's Phalanx. Yeah. So 7 cost, but you put 4 2/2 white knights on the battlefield with Vigi. And if you have 2 or more, they gain indestructible until end of turn. And it's instant speed, so the idea is that you put up a bunch of blockers, especially if they're indestructible. Catch your guys off, catch your opponent off guard. Away you go. Jaden's Tome. Blue, 2. Mizium Meddler. This guy's interesting. So, flash. When he enters the battlefield, he may change the target of target's spell or ability to this guy. So he's like a surprise spell skite. Another ad there. Another ad. See what I mean? Like, they didn't start changing the ad policy until BFC. And it just didn't make any sense to me why they didn't just do it in the first place. Like when they first started printing the ads, I'm surprised no one, after the first like couple sets where they were like, "Damn, there's a lot of ads in these when you open them up." I'm surprised no one went, "You know what? Maybe we should change that." Since people are buying our product and getting ads for our product in our product, just kind of. So it looks like a land. So rare land from this set. White and black. So Caves of Koleos? Is that what they did? Or is it a different, like... Yeah, Caves of Koleos. Or Kolos? Koilos? Caves of Kolos? Or whatever, however you pronounce it. These lands are interesting. They make you pay health every time you use them, so they're not really the most ideal. Another ad. Another ad. Man. So many ads. Disappointment Land. Anchor to the Ether. Another green rare, cost 2. Is it a creature? It's not a creature, so it's going to be some sort of instant or sorcery. Evolutionary Leap. This is an interesting card. It sort of sees play in some interesting decks. At least I've seen it played in a couple. Because it's a very interesting mechanic. You could either get really good card or really bad card. And the real problem, yeah, so see this token, this flip token right here, replaces the land, the basic land in these packs. Super, super strange. I don't know why they wouldn't put it in the token slot, which exists. Like, the token slot exists in these packs for a reason. Sounds like the shittiest amusement park ever. So our rare is red. It costs 4 and it is named Flame Shadow Conjuring. Because, you know, my reveal is so bad. So, it's nice art on it. As an enchantment. You can pay red if you do. Put a token on the battlefield that's a copy of that creature, and it gains haste. It essentially allows you to make copies of all the guys you play. Another ad. There's another ad. Another ad. So stick with us. We've got another box of this to go after this. I know it's not as exciting as BFZ or Oath of the Gatewatch because there's not that anticipation of opening an expedition. But we're looking to get some Jaces. That's what I'm hoping to see. Even some Nissas and some Lilianas I need, so I don't have them. I would like to have a couple of each.
So a 2-cost white card, something that said aid or something like that on the end. So, and it's double white. Knight of the White Orchid. Or Orchid. A very good knight card. I like him a lot. I actually have him in my mono white knight deck. Specifically because it allows you to go and get some lands. He's very interesting. You play him on turn 2, or you play him on turn 3 before playing your land, basically, and you get a 4th land. So now you're a land ahead, which is kind of nice. But then, I mean, you're using your turn 3 to play a 2-drop instead of playing him on turn 2. But still, I like him. Foil Volcanic Rambler. Nothing super special, but it is foil. We'll put him right there. Look at this. Another ad. Okay. Man, these ads. I need this here. And then that. So, let's get this guy up in here like this. Red, 5-drop, a 4/5. See if I can show it to you here. 4/5. I'm not sure what this is. Embermaw Hellion. So trample. If another red source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals that much damage +1. So essentially this guy can deal 5 damage to something that blocks it or that it blocks. And it makes all your other things do extra damage. So your lightning bolt now does 4 instead of 3. Not terrible. Not terrible. Oh, the Ram Roller. Let's see what we get here. Oh. Oh, snap. That looks like a Jace to me. So now, with these Planeswalkers from this set, they added the flip symbol in the top corner. That's how I know this is Jace. So, that's awesome. That's money in the bank right there. That's who that guy is right there. Look at that. Smexy. Who's not happy about a Jace? So this guy, very good. 2-drop 0/2 looter. That turns into a fairly significant planeswalker as well. I'll flip him over here so that you can see. Up to 1 target creature gets -2, -0 until end of turn. Let's see if we can get the focus in there. You may cast target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard this turn. If that card would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. You get an emblem that says whenever you cast a spell, target opponent puts the top 5 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. So that Jace right there, he is fairly expensive these days. So, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm super stoked about that. A Nissa and a Jace in this box. This box is already doing well for itself. Already doing well for itself. Another Ram Roller. Can we go Jace again after Ram Roller? Ram Roller was last time. Let's see. Did we get a double print run? No, it's a land. It's a land, not a Jace. So it's the... If we go this way, you can see down here it's green and black, so it's going to be the green-black land. I can't remember the name of it. Llanowar Wastes. So it's the one that adds a colorless to your mana pool, or for paying a life, you can get a black or a green. You know, it's a dual land. And, oh man, look. Another ad. My favorite. It's my best part. The best part about these. The ads. So, we'll talk about those momentarily as we're coming down to the end of this box here. Stay tuned for the giveaway for Full Art Lands. So if you're here, if you're new to the channel, if you're just checking us out for the first time, this is our 4th or 5th unboxing. You can check the replays for my unboxing of Oath and Battle for Zendikar. And yeah, we're going to do a Full Art Land giveaway via Puka Trade. So make sure you're following, and make sure you have a Puka Trade account. So it's a 5/5 blue for 7. I don't know the rares very well in this set, so... Oh, it's, Almater, or Almater, or however you pronounce his name. I'm really bad at pronouncing names. So anyway, he's the Sphinx, the big old 5/5 Sphinx. Each opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose the name of a non-land card revealed this way. Your opponents cannot cast spells with that name. So he's basically a... Oh my god, another ad. Another ad. My favorite. My favorite. We got here artifact. Looks like an artifact. It's a creature. 7/7. 7/7. So it's the Mage Ring Golem. Is that what it is, or something like that? Mage Ring Responder. So he's a big old 7/7 that smokes something in the face for 7 when he attacks. Smokes something in the face when he attacks. Good old Bounding Crassus. Sometimes. Sometimes. It looks like a green card. Yep, it's green. 1 green and X. And we're looking, it's going to be a spell, obviously. So it's Animist's Awakening. Let's get the name in there. Reveal the top X cards of your library, put all land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped, and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. If there are 2 or more instants or sorceries in your graveyard, untap those lands. Very good. Very good for a landfall deck. Listen, Bob. I'm sorry, Bob. There's not much I can do about that. The last couple Sundays, it's always been around this time, so I mean... I'm still here, and you caught me in the middle of the first box, so you still got another box to go. So, if you're not doing anything anymore, now you can enjoy. So, Undercity Troll leads us into Shivan Reef, and Shivan Reef leads us into, because there's a foil in this pack, I'm fairly certain. Stalwart Avon. Foily, foily, foily. I did watch the VOD of last week's. You hear from guy that had expensive card? I don't know what you're talking about, Bob. You're gonna have to be more specific. Oh, the guy with the Lotus. That was actually on Thursday. That happened just this previous Thursday. He hasn't talked to me again. I don't know what he did with it. So a guy came in last Thursday when I was unboxing my last box of Battle for Zendikar, and said that he had bought a house, and when he was cleaning it out to get ready to move into it, he found a Black Lotus signed by Christopher Rush. So, you know, that's a thing. That's a thing. A 1-drop artifact. It's obviously not a creature. So, let's see. Helm of the Gods? Helm of the Gods. It's an interesting card. +1/+1 for each enchantment that you control. So it's one of those things, right? It's like you kind of want to put it into an enchantment deck because you get +1/+1 for each enchantment, but then it's not an enchantment itself, so it doesn't really help you. So we got a foil, Shadows of the Past. Ooh, fancy. I think we've gotten more foils. There's another ad. We've gotten more foils out of this box than we have out of the last couple BFZ and Oath packs that we've done. It's interesting. My impression when I opened my first box of BFZ was that the number of foils was like definitely increased. Every time there was a foil, I was like, oh my goodness, it could be an expedition. So there's a Mythic. And I kind of didn't reveal it at all, but there's All Modders Archive. Yeah, that's the one. If you would gain life, you gain twice that much life. If you would draw a card, except for the first one you draw on each turn, you draw on your draw step, draw 2 cards instead. So interesting. Holy moly. Okay, so every case of cards is supposed to have 1 foil Mythic in it. Which means we just opened ours because it's right in here. And if everyone recalls, there was a clip of me opening up my Oath of the Gatewatch cards where I opened up a Crush of Tentacles. My first Crush of Tentacles. And the foil that was in the pack after I talked about how bad Crush of Tentacles was a foil Crush of Tentacles. And I didn't even notice it until after I had put the Crush of Tentacles down out of my hand after being like, ugh, I can't believe this card. I hate this card. It's so bad. And then I looked back at my hand, and here you are with a foil Crush of Tentacles. Well, guess what? Our luck continues as we open a foil All Modders Archive in the same pack that we opened a regular archive. So I don't know what my luck is or how this works or what the percentage of these types of things happening, but opening the same Mythic foil after opening that Mythic in the same pack is very strange to me. So I'm not really sure how that works, but it did. And look at that, another ad. Our favorite things, ads. The most favorite things. Ads upon ads. Is it a good Mythic? It's a good question, Bob. I'm not really sure. I'm very unfamiliar with this set, so We can find out. Just give me 2 seconds. Let's go here. I'm gonna guess no, but we can find out momentarily. Okay, so I mean it's $5 normally. So that means that the foil is probably, yeah, it's like $8-9. Not terrible. Not terrible. It could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. There are some mythics that are fairly crap. Like let's actually hold on. Let's go back to there. So like the foil mythics, right? We could have opened an Arvacious Dragon, which is only $4 foil. What else is there? So, other than him, the next cheapest one would have been Erebos' Titan, who is only $3.50 foil. So, you know, it would have been nice to open a Jace. A foil Jace would have been cool, but, you know, you can't. Beggars can't be choosers, you know what I'm saying? That sounds like, Bob, if that's the case, like if you opened a box that had a foil rare in every pack and a second foil rare in every 2 to 3 packs, that means that you had like a super miss run. Like that was an error in their run of cards. Because it shouldn't happen. So it's a Yamamaya Coast, green-blue land. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. We're almost done this box. We have one more box to go after this. But in between boxes, while I'm doing the cleanup and getting a drink and what have you, we'll be doing a giveaway for full art lands. So, you know, stay tuned for that. That's coming up very shortly. So I've only seen one Sphinx's Tutelage out of this entire box of cards. It's kind of upsetting to me, but I mean, how can I be too upset when I've opened up a Jace and Nissa? Another land. So this is going to be the red-black land? Red-white? Red-white land. Hello, +2 happiness. Welcome. So we've opened up almost all of the buddy lands in this box as well. Not really buddy lands per se. Hey, look, another ad. We're going to count up the ads at the end too and compare. There is a Jace. +2 happiness. There is a Jace and also a Nissa. A Jace and a Nissa and a foil All Modders Archive. All Hamatas, or whatever you want to call it. Relic Seeker is pretty neat. He's an interesting card. As I said before when I opened him, it's like they're trying to reprint Stoneforge Mystic without actually reprinting Stoneforge Mystic. So they're trying to find different ways to get the sort of the same ability that it had without making it broken. So let's see what we got here. It's red. Chandra's Ignition. It's a good burn spell. Sorcery speed. But the thing that's cool about it is that it does its damage to everything. It does its damage to everything. Yeah, it's exactly +2 happiness. Have I already pre-ordered the new set? No, I have not. The new set doesn't come out till April, so there's not really much point in pre-ordering it yet. Sphinx's Tutelage. It's the card I'm looking for, so it's going to go right there with those. That's 2. I've opened 2 in this entire box. So, Blazing Hellhound. Okay, let's get in here. Skyraker Giant leads us into a black card that costs 4 It's not a creature. So it's Languish? Languish. Solid removal spell. Let's get it in there. All creatures get -4/-4 until end of turn for 4 mana. Not terrible.
So there you have it. That was box number 1 of Origins. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to stay tuned for boxes 2 through 6 of the case as well. Those will be uploaded soon to the channel. Also, I have a store, nerdvanastore.ca, for all your single needs. Check it out. If you don't see something there that you're looking for, you can always send me a message and let me know. Also, I have a Patreon where you can get in on the grab bags and other Kraken Pack goodness. I'm going to be doing some giveaways and things to my patrons and that kind of stuff as well. So check that out. I'd really appreciate it. Hope you all had a great time. Thanks so much, and as always, may your pulls ever be better.